Creator, Father of all, you give us life, you give us love, you give us yourself. Help us to give our lives, our love, ourselves to you. Her name was Penelope, but she was Poor Penny from the start. Poor Penny, they would say, tickled to death as they said it. Poor Penny, leave it to poor Penny. For Penny was the eldest of the family, and before she was 15 she was a mother and a housemaid and a nurse and a cook. It was Penny who stayed at home and looked after the others when their mother died. It was she who ran the home and saw to things, and she who later nursed her father through a long and fatal illness. And that somebody once wanted to marry Penny was the family joke. Fancy anybody wanting to marry poor Penny. Meanwhile, Geoffrey grew up and got on. Maud married exceedingly well, Arthur became a noted journalist, and Marion eloped with a colonel and lived in Paris. At long last, and only after her father had died, poor Penny married a draper who had waited years and years for her. The patient draper never set the Thames on fire, but he was careful and humorous and kindly, and able eventually to move into the suburbs and to do a bit of gardening with Penny's help. As for Geoffrey, he lost most of his money, after which his wife went off with another man. Maud, who had simply everything, was bored to tears. Arthur worried himself to the grave at 40, and Marion, proud and painted, was glad in the end to live in the little flat poor Penny provided for her. Today, white-haired but fresh-complexioned, bright of eye and almost always smiling, poor Penny is actually the richest of all the family, rich in the love of her devoted husband, rich because all her life she has loved much. Let us pray. Loving Lord, teach us to find our greatest joy in blessing others. Amen.